Welcome to NewsBit's third video. We're getting better every time, so thanks for your patience. Today we're going to keep this quick. We're going to give you some keywords and some threads to pull on. This is something you may have heard about before. It's circulated very much over the past 6 months. This is something put out by the World Economic Forum called the Great Reset. Right now, the mission statement for the Great Reset is there is an urgent need for global stakeholders to cooperate in simultaneously managing the direct consequences of the COVID-19 crisis. To improve the state of the World Economic Forum is starting the Great Reset Initiative. All right, let's look into who started the World Economic Forum and what they stand for real quick. The World Economic Forum was started by Klaus Schwab. This is a German guy. Essentially what he did was he started something called the European Management Forum in '71 that shapeshifted into the World Economic Forum. Now we'll click into the World Economic Forum, and this is an NGO, an international NGO, which is a non-governmental organization. And what they stand for is they are committed to improving the state of the world by engaging in business, political, academic, and other leaders of society to shape global, regional, and industry agendas. So they host an annual meeting every January at a mountain resort in Switzerland in the Alps. The meeting brings together 3,000 business leaders, international political leaders, economists, celebrities, and journalists for 5 days across 500 sessions. They've gotten a little bit of flack. They've been criticized regarding the public cost of security, formation of a wealthy global elite without attachment to broader societies, undemocratic decision process, gender issues, and even lack of financial transparency. So let's just see a couple of things that the WEF, or World Economic Forum, stands for. One thing they stand for is trying to identify and get a handle on everybody in the world. They see a problem that 1 billion people have no legal identity, and they're excited that a new app has plans to change that. I encourage you to click into this, come to your own conclusions. But my thought is they're excited to monetize people and then also spread their agenda to them, which I think is an interesting take. Here we go. This is something else they stand for. There's a video out there. We're not going to spend the time watching it today. I want you to look on your own. But welcome to 2030. I own nothing, have no privacy, and life has never been better. I want you to dig into here. This is really, I'd encourage you to dig into here. This is all about you own nothing. Everything is a subscription model. But one of the biggest things that comes to question is who does own stuff, right? At the end of the day, somebody is profiting off these subscriptions. Somebody is managing the supply chains and logistics. And I know they'll use AI and automate the hell out of it, but somebody is still profiting from this. So I definitely want you to look into this. And on the concept of AI and automation, we're going to look into the concept of the Fourth Industrial Revolution, which is a book written by Klaus Schwab himself. Just to look at some of the interests of the Great Reset. We see that it really started peaking towards late 2020 when it started emerging. It got real hot. You probably saw, or you may have seen a lot of articles or YouTube videos out, or just online videos. Now it's kind of fading away. So let's look at some of the coverage of the Great Reset. Time Magazine put out a cover and an article. I want you to look at each individual person here and just see kind of what they're after here. Right here, the subtitle for the Great Reset by Time Magazine is the COVID-19 pandemic has provided a unique opportunity to think about the kind of future we want. Interested in who we is. Time partnered with the World Economic Forum to ask leading thinkers to share ideas for how to transform the way we live and we work. So we're going to talk about the Fourth Industrial Revolution, or Industry 4.0. You might have heard of IoT, which is the Internet of Things. Think a little button on your washing machine. When you're running out of detergent, you click the button that pings your Amazon account, orders new detergent. By the next day, you got the detergent you need. So this is going after hyper convenience to the point where you have no privacy. I don't know. Definitely don't want to inject my opinion here, but I encourage you to look into this past this Wikipedia article. So what we're going to look at is we're going to look at the Great Reset real quick on Wikipedia. It has a page. It exists. According to the New York Times and BBC, Guardian, something French, and Radio Canada, baseless conspiracy theories spread by the American far-right groups linked to QAnon, which I have no idea why they're just trying to pigeonhole it here. This is an international thing. I think there's people all over the globe starting to question this. But I think what they're trying to do is smear any kind of questioning to the motives of the Great Reset. And let's look deeper into how hard they are trying to smear any questioning or discourage you from looking into it. The ADL, which I firmly believe is a joke, puts out an article, "The Great Reset Conspiracy Flourishes Amid Continued Pandemic." So let's just read the first couple of paragraphs, see what's going on, and then I encourage you to read into this if you're interested. Since first emerging in the spring of 2020, the Great Reset Conspiracy, so they already coined it as a conspiracy when we just went directly to the website, has gained traction with ongoing spread of COVID-19 in both mainstream and fringe circles. Its most common form, adherents warn that global elites will use the pandemic to advance their interests and push forward a globalist plot to destroy American sovereignty and prosperity. Like I said, this is far greater than America. You'll see that in just a minute. So it's interesting coverage there. However, there are more outlandish and I got to work on my vocabulary, strains of the conspiracy, in the adoption of this term Great Reset, particularly by mainstream figures with large audiences, create dangerous opportunities for ordinary Americans to be drawn deeper into the world of conspiracies. So they don't want you to do any research. They don't want you to do any critical thinking. They want to tell you what to think and how to think it. References to the Great Reset can be found on various social media platforms, etc., etc. Feel free to dig into this. End of the day, ADL is trying to call the Great Reset some sort of conspiracy. Sorry, my monitor just went out real quick. We see that BBC is also talking about the Great Reset theory or conspiracy. Now let's go, a little quicker. So we see Boris Johnson, we see Petri Patter, we see Joe Biden, we see Euclides Combra, we see Haiti, we see all these people talking about Build Back Better, which goes hand in hand with this concept of the Great Reset. Build Back Better is another initiative of the World Economic Forum. We'll see that in just a minute. But as you can see, this is global. This isn't just an American thing, like a couple of these debunking articles are suggesting. Just really quick, we see some articles. Ignore this. This is some meme. Somebody's humor here. I'm just trying to show you some of these titles. We see, the Fourth Industrial Revolution by Klaus Schwab, the guy who started the World Economic Forum. We see Klaus Schwab put out COVID-19 Great Reset. We see that aligns, or we see there's a lot of other supporting, literature out there for this concept. Just want to show you that this is something that exists beyond the conspiracy boards or message boards that they suggest. From The Hill to unsourced, so that could be fake. I don't think it is, so check that out. That actually might be a piece of the Time Magazine Great Reset. But just Google, or just search, I should say, DuckDuckGo, whatever you use, the Great Reset. You'll see plenty of coverage on it. So this is just a little montage right there for you. Last, we see this little agenda for sustainable development. You see some big leaders. We see Macron. Should have done my research on this guy. We see Boris Johnson again. We see Bill Gates, and we see the Great Reset intertwined there. And that falls into kind of this global goals initiative. And if you're interested in the goals, which honestly are really admirable goals, but they do say the road to hell, or the path to hell is paved on good intentions. It's really easy for them to sell these things and people to get behind it and not want to look into the details of what's really going on. And as you can see, there's a lot of stuff out there to discourage people from looking into the details. So anyway, realize it's been 10 minutes. Thank you for making it this far. I want you guys to question everything you see, do your own research, and yeah, maintain independence. Try to provide for yourself as much as possible. And spread as much information as possible. Don't get attached to information. Always be willing to, adapt your views, question what you know, criticize how you think, and always grow individually so we can all grow together. All right. Thank you, everybody. Take care.